Hey, look at this. The news complaining about too many brown people coming into the United States. Um, there was another video I made about migrants crossing the U.S. border from Canada, and some brown people died trying to get into the United States, so that had to become a big thing. Oh, too many brown people coming to the United States. Now that there's more brown people coming to the United States, they want to make a bigger stink about it. But, hey, let's not, complain about, white immigrants coming to the United States, Canadians who make up like the second largest group of illegal visa holders in the United States. But hey, they're white, so it doesn't matter.
From California, let's go to the U.S. northern border with Canada, where U.S. officials report a growing number of migrants crossing into the country. One sector of the tri-state area says there has been a 743% increase in illegal border crossings in the last year and a half. NBC's Julia Ainsley is reporting live from the northern U.S. border. Julia, good morning. What are you hearing there?
Well, Jose, you don't usually see me in a climate like this. I'm usually talking to you from the southern border, but I'm up here in Plattsburgh, New York, where state police took us up to the northern border with Canada, showed us around, and they say that even though the numbers are nothing like what they're seeing at the southern border, they've gone up from between October and January from 150 migrants to over 1,500 just in this area alone. And they say because of Border Patrol not having nearly the presence that they do up here that they do in the southern border, they're simply not prepared for it. Here's what they had to say yesterday.
Okay, here's a simple solution to this issue. Make it so that people can actually, enter the U.S. Just give them a social security number and make them a citizen. Boom. Instead of making entry into the U.S. very dangerous by making these people traverse very harsh environments, you give them an easy access. I mean, when the United States was letting immigrants from Europe come into the United States through Ellis Island, the United States did not care that these people were stowaways or anything like that, which is considered a crime. So so technically these people would be criminals coming to the United States. But hey, they were white Europeans, so it was a-okay. But when you have brown Mexicans coming into the United States, it's like, oh no, too many people, too many brown people in the United States. It's like, okay, we have more than enough room for people to come in the United States. Let them come in.
It's a pretty quiet town. We're a tight-knit community, 3,600 individuals. And yes, we're a border town. You should expect certain things, but not in the amount that it has exploded over the past several months. I mean, it's gotten crazy.
Our local population is not set up to care for the influx. These people are doing more with less because nobody's coming to help.
So that was a volunteer fire chief and then a state police agent showing us how these small towns aren't prepared for this influx. Now, most of these migrants are actually Mexicans, Jose, who said we've heard go into Canada legally on a visa and then cross illegally into this area of New York and in some parts of Vermont and New Hampshire. In fact, the governor of New Hampshire just recently wrote a letter to
Okay, now, people moving from one place to the next shouldn't be considered illegal because, they don't have, das Papiers? Like, no. There is no such thing as an illegal person because everybody has the right to move from one place to the next.
Alejandro Mayorkas, the Homeland Security Secretary, yesterday asking him for more help from Border Patrol. Now, we have learned 25 more agents have come up to this sector alone, but here they say it's simply not enough. And you can learn more about it tonight in our report on NBC Nightly News.
It's pretty funny how when Russia started invading Ukraine, the United States was like, hey, we're going to open our borders to white Ukrainian refugees. But, if you're a brown refugee looking to come into America seeking asylum, nah, go back to your own nation and request asylum there, even though, your own area may be extremely detrimental and very violent due to like gangs and other things. But hey, we don't care. You're brown.
Oh, we'll be looking for that one, Julia. But I want to ask you, so mostly the group that has been coming into the United States are from Mexico. Where else are they coming from? And so do we have any idea of how many decide to stay in Canada?
What's also funny is that Republicans don't care about these people until they can use them for labor, where Republicans are seeking to reduce the working age to like 14 and 13 so that they can hire child immigrants in order to work and exploit them and pay them very little. And it's like, it's pretty. You can kind of make sense of these people when you realize that all they care about is cheap labor, and if that means exploiting and abusing brown people, that's what they do as long as they can stay rich.
Canada?
It's interesting. Really, there is migration going both ways. I'm right here at a bus stop, actually, outside of a gas station, where we've seen migrants going in both directions. You have some migrants coming up on those buses from New York City, sponsored by the mayor there, Eric Adams. Those people then try to get into Canada. We spoke to some of those. Those people were from all over the world. I spoke to men from Afghanistan, Turkey. I saw a Venezuelan family with a young baby. They're on their way into Canada because they think they'll have a better shot at getting asylum and being able to work in Canada. But then you see also a population coming into the U.S. A lot of those predominantly are Mexicans, more than any other nationality. They're having the hardest time getting into the U.S. across the southern border, and many of them want to reunite with family here in the U.S.